This video is going to show you how to get the No Time to Explain, which is an exotic pulse rifle. The very first step in this quest line is you have to wait for the Paradox to be the daily heroic mission. Once it's the daily heroic mission, you're going to go into it and you're going to collect 3 ghosts, which are going to open up a little side quest within the daily. You can do it by yourself. I'm doing it by myself in this video. It's going to take a little bit longer and it's a little bit harder definitely by yourself. So if you have a couple buddies, have them hop in here with you. But if you're by yourself, you don't have people to play with, you can do it by yourself. It's going to take a lot longer. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit here, taking us to the first ghost position. So once this door opens, if you played Vault of Glass way back when, or if you just picked up the game now and maybe you haven't played it, just follow my path right here. People will know that have played Vault of Glass where I'm going. This was a different way to go down to the Templar that a lot of people didn't take. So the edge to my right, we are going to be jumping over that and down to a little staircase. Hunters, this jump is going to be very easy for you. Just fall down and use your double hop. Warlocks and Titans, the jump's going to be a little bit more tricky for you because you're floating down. It might take you a few tries. It's okay if you die before getting this first ghost. So if it takes you a few times to get that jump, that's perfectly fine. But from here on out, you cannot die. Because if you die, the first ghost is going to reset and you're not going to be able to get back up here to the first ghost. So you're going to have to go back to orbit and go through all this crap again. So after you get the first ghost, just be careful. You see we're in a darkness zone now. There's a lot of opportunity to fall on the way down to the Templar. So just take your time coming down if you're by yourself. If you're with the team, it doesn't matter if one person dies. You just can't wipe. So for this next part, if you haven't done this story mission before, you're battling a buttload of Taken, I'm going to be pretty much cutting this entire fight. Just because I'm doing it by myself, I don't even know how long it takes me, but it takes a while. Nobody wants to watch that for like 15 minutes. You just want to see how to get the gun. I'm going to show you kind of where I would suggest to go if you're doing this by yourself. People that have played Vault of Glass, you're going to know this spot where I'm going. So this is where you first would drop down. Just head to the left. This is the first wave of enemies. I'm just running around with my sword and killing them. You can stay down here if you guys want to. I would just suggest if you're by yourself. So just hop up here. You're going to be on the top of this little, I don't know, ledge, I guess we want to call it, and you're going to do all your killing from up here. There are going to be moments where you're going to have to hop down to go find an enemy because they're not going to come over to you, but the majority of enemies are going to come over to you. And you have a wide range of view. You can shoot enemies all the way up there and to the right of you. You can have guys coming through that little alleyway to my left. You guys spawning behind you. So you have a lot of view of where enemies are going to be. And if you're taking damage, just kneel down and work to the back of this platform I'm standing on. There will be some, if there's like snipers, they'll be able to kind of shoot you, so you got to kneel down. But pretty much everything else isn't going to be able to hit you as long as you're just on the back half of this rock that I'm on top of. So once you whittle away the few waves of enemies, you are then going to have to kill an ultra sword guy, a sword vandal. I don't know exactly what he's called, a Taken guy right here. Tortured captain. You're going to have to take him out. Once you do that, you're going to be able to move on to the next phase, and you're going to be getting your second ghost. Just wait for not Peter Dinklage. Wait for Drake from Uncharted to tell you that you can move on. And if you haven't done Vault of Glass before, just follow my path if you have, or just making our way like you would if you're going down to the Gorgon exotic chest. Let me pick up some ammo real quick before we move on. Just want to make sure I got proper sniper. So you're going to hop up in this little hole right here. You're going to come over here, okay, then you're going to kneel down, hop down. Be careful making your way down here. There are a lot of pitfalls. I have not done this in forever. I'm a little turned around. But just follow my pathway down. There are a lot of huge drops, so be careful. If you haven't done it before, you haven't done it in a while, just be careful because you can die, and this is a darkness zone, so it's going to reset the first ghost if you die. Just keep working your way down. Like I said, you can see here there are some bigger drops. So just be aware of that. We are coming up on the second ghost location. Should be, I think, one more ledge. Okay, yeah, so you see the ledge, how it's lit up. Jump on top of that. This is just a good reminder, this little lit up area as I missed the jump. This hunter just has no height. All right, let me back up a little bit, get elevated. All right, so we got to jump up here, and the ghost is going to be on your left. Just keep working forward. Should be right here to your left. Okay, there it is. Just popped up. We got it. Now you're going to keep going on like you would if you're going down to the exotic chest. Another huge drop. Again, you do not want to die, so be careful. Take your time. There's no rush. This isn't like Black Spindle, so you're going to see here when we get to the bosses, I almost die right there from that fall. There's no time limit, so just take your guys' time. There's not 10 minutes and, oh, we got to get to the end, we got to get the kill so we can get Black Spindle. There's no time limit, so take your time. Don't feel too rushed, especially if you're by yourself. You have plenty of time to do this. If you're with the team, if somebody dies, it doesn't matter. It's whatever. If you're a Warlock and you're by yourself, obviously you have the self-res, which is super nice to have. I'm going to fast forward again here. Just keep working your way down. There's going to be one final drop. And then that's where the exotic chest is back there. If you've never done Vaulted Glass, that room. So I like to go out this way when doing this mission because you can take out this sniper. And you can also take out a second sniper just right across the way. You want to get rid of those hobgoblin snipers because those dudes in conjunction with the boss are things that are going to get you killed, especially if you're by yourself. You gotta play it safe and play back. Just ease your way out here. There's going to be 2 more snipers. Again, make sure you take them out. Those friggin' hobgoblins, hoobaglubins, those dudes are super annoying. And I'm sure everybody's pretty much done this daily. You know what to do. You're basically just firing on the boss and following him around. I'm going to keep this in fast forward. I'm sure everybody's done the daily. You know what you're doing. Just be careful if you're by yourself. I would switch to a rocket launcher if you don't have one on, just in case you get overwhelmed by ads. There are going to be a Minotaur or 2 in here. You're going to have hobgoblin snipers. I would prefer a rocket launcher. Doesn't mean you have to. Maybe you don't have a good one, so just rock whatever you got, whatever your best thing. If you got a good machine gun, you got sleeper simulant, use whatever you want. I just would prefer to use a rocket launcher just to help with ads, just in case you get into trouble. I'm going to super duper fast forward here just so you don't have to see this whole battle. Also with a rocket launcher too, you can help take out oracles, just if you don't want to waste your sniper ammo, which is basically what you're going to be using the entire time to kill him. So you're just going to basically chill here. Just make sure to work on oracles. This last little minute of the fight, his last 10%, this is where you're going to be overwhelmed with the most ads. So just be careful, be aware, fall back if you have to. Titans, use your bubble. Warlocks, you got self-res hunters, you got invis nades and whatnot. So there we go, he's dead. Now this is where we are going to ignore what you would normally do. And we're set up at the beginning of where you first drop down, just so everybody can kind of get back on the same page. You're going to go in a loop, and he's going to lead you back to the start of the Gorgon Maze. So just follow my path. If you've done Vaulted Glass, you already know where we're going. We're going to the next part of the raid, that area. So ignore your arrow. Just follow my path. It's really easy to get turned around in here if you're not familiar with the area. So just go back to the start where I started from. I made sure to go back to the start. The boss fight should lead you back to the start. Maybe you kill him really early or something with 3 people and you get all turned around. Just follow my path. And next we're going to be going to the jumping phase if you haven't done Vaulted Glass. And this is going to help lead us to our 3rd and final ghost, which is going to open up a portal where everybody thought the secret 5th or 6th chest was going to be. I don't know how many it was. So we're going to hop over here to the left. There's a little cave over here. And that's going to help lead us down to the 3rd ghost. So just follow my path here. Now we are in this isn't a darkness zone, so I'm not exactly sure. You might be able to die here and continue, but I'm not 100% sure, so do not quote me on that. Try and stay alive, but I have a feeling that since it's not a darkness zone, you might be able to die and continue and get the 3rd ghost and the portal will still open, but I would not chance it. So once you get to where I'm at, just kind of lean over the side here, get your bearings. We're going to fall down to a ledge. Just fall on down, and then this is probably where you would activate your jump or your float and softly land. And there's the 3rd and final ghost. Once we get this ghost, the portal will open. You'll see here in a second. I will be looking at the portal, and you'll see it come alive. Give it a sec. Give it a sec. There it is. There we go. The portal is open, and some floating platforms are going to appear, and just use those to get on over. Now for the next part, have your heavy ready. I had not ever done this before, so I wasn't actually sure what to expect, but make sure you have some heavy ready because once you jump into the portal, there are going to be a bunch of Taken kind of pretty close to you right away, and make sure you have some heavy just so you can handle that. Now I switched to my sword. I don't know. It's kind of your preference. I think I switched to a rocket launcher halfway through the battle with the boss. So I would just stick on a rocket launcher. Again, if it's something where it's going to drop your light a bunch, then just rock whatever you got is the best thing. I don't know. But you see here these ads, they just popped up right away. I was in my menu. I didn't expect them to be there. So that's why I said kind of have some heavy ready or your super, either or, and you can kind of take out these ads really quick. Because if you're by yourself, it's a little overwhelming at times. And there's going to be 2 initial little spawns of them. And just clear them out. And you're going to be able to do the whole battle from back here, pretty much. It's going to take a while, but you can do the whole battle from all the way back here. Now you're going to have some Hobgoblin snipers on your right, some Hobgoblin snipers on your left. You're going to have a Minotaur every once in a while. You're going to have other ads. And you're basically, you'll see here in a second, there's going to be a huge boss. And he is in the way back. It's just this big ass friggin' Minotaur or Praetorian. I don't know exactly what he is. But he is in the way, way, way back. Now the ads will not push up on you. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 Minotaurs that came halfway up the steps, but as long as you are chilling in the back and using your sniper rifle, you should be alright. The ads should not push up on you, but you will probably run out of ammo, so if you have Icebreaker, definitely bring it. You can just switch over to it, let it charge up, then switch back to the sniper you actually want to use, and voila, you're going to get more ammo, and you won't have to risk going for ammo. Now, I do not exactly remember. I think you might have to clear out the first initial wave of ads for the boss to spawn. I don't remember. I just took forever to get around to posting this video. But you see there's the boss in the way, way, way back. He's invisible, or not really, but kind of. That's why I would suggest having a rocket launcher, because you can just kind of float rockets over there. It's way easier. Or if you got Sleeper Stimulant, you could use that. Sleeper Stimulant's got the distance to hit him from there. The thing is if you're by yourself, as there's going to be a lot of times where you can't hurt him because he's getting like the little shield, like a taken enemy is shielding him up, so he's going to be immune. So there are moments where you're going to have to push up possibly to take out an ad to do damage on him. Then there are moments where he's just going to be able to be shot. If you just leave him alone for a little while, he's going to, meander around the back end of the map there, and he's going to be so far away from the shielded guy that he won't be shielded anymore. It's going to prolong the fight. This is a very long fight by yourself. This would be a piece of cake with 2 other people. Be way easier. So if you can get people, like I said at the start of the video, get people. But you can do it by yourself if you'd like to. I just fast forward ahead. This fight took a while, but you'll see here in a second. So you see how he's immune back there. Just sit back here. You'll see I get the final kill shots. He's going to move over to where I'm at. So he kind of follows you. They're a little back in, which you'll see here after we kill him. He won't advance forward or anything like that. He's just going to walk around the back area. See how he walked over, and now he's not shielded, and I can do damage on him? So if you don't want to push up, and he's dead, so we're done. If you don't want to push up, that's fine. It's just going to prolong the fight. You can wait for him to move on over and for him to not be shielded anymore. That's perfectly fine. So he's dead. Once he's dead and all the ads clear out, this door is going to open, and you'll be able to get a chest, which is going to give you the next part of the quest. So we wave goodbye to these jabronis. The door is going to take a while to open, taking days. Come on. Come on. And it's Praetor's gift, which I was assuming this was going to be a exotic Praetor's revenge, personally, since it's Praetor's mission and everything like that, but it's the no time to explain. It's basically the gun you should have gotten at the end of Destiny's original story. And there you go. You got the Cult Ghost. After getting the Cult Ghost, you are then going to take it back to Lunch Meat. That is the future war cult chick in the tower. So let's go back to the tower. And man, it's the Halloween celebration. I took forever to get around to posting this video. So yeah, so you just go back to friggin' Lunch Meat, whatever the hell her name is. And you're going to turn in the Cult Ghost. Now, this is when you're going to have to wait. I repeat, you're going to have to wait until reset, just like every other exotic friggin' bounty in this game, because Destiny just wants to prolong crap to make it seem like it's taking longer than it is. So once reset occurs, so if you do this on Tuesday, you can't get it on that Tuesday. You're going to have to wait until next Tuesday. So just because if you get it on reset day, it's not going to pop up at the second part. So once reset occurs, then Lunch Meat's going to call you back. So once you go up to the tower, she's going to give you the second part of the quest. Second part of the quest, you're going to have to gain rep with the Future War Cult. So if you're not declared with them already, you're going to have to declare. Just use Motes of Light. It's going to take 50 Motes of Light to complete the second part of the quest. I would not do anything else. Everybody should have a good stockpile of Motes of Light. Motes of Light are really easy to acquire. It's 50 of them, really quick and easy. You see here, after 50, we're going to get the third part of the quest. Third part of the quest, which you'll see here in a second, it's going to take a little second to pop up. There we go. That's the third part, the simulation core. So we have to track down a powerful taken Minotaur destroy it, and then shatter its core. It's going to drop a core. So just go to Venus Patrol, wait for a take an event to happen. They happen constantly, so you shouldn't have to wait around too long. So you're going to see her in a second. And this isn't like the boss. You just got to kill like one of his little henchmen or whatever, like a lieutenant. See here, it's a Minotaur lieutenant. And there you go. You got the simulation core. Once you get the core, all you got to do is shatter it, aka dismantle it. Once you do that, Lakshmi's going to call you back to the tower. And she's going to tell you that she wants you to go and kill Atheon. See there, the Eye of Atheon, enter the Vault of Glass and destroy Atheon. Now, I know some of you are probably saying right here at this part of the quest, how the hell am I supposed to do this? I don't have friends to do the raids with. I haven't done the raids before. That doesn't matter. You only really need one other person. Now, I do not think that is the best option for probably a lot of you, either based off of light or the guns you have, or you're not very familiar with the Vault of Glass. You can do it with 2 people. You can do it with 3 people. From 2 on up, you can do it. I would suggest trying to get a few people. You don't have to do it on hard. You can do it on normal. It doesn't matter what difficulty you do it on. Plus, there's a lot of newer players, so there might be a lot of people actually looking to do the Vault of Glass or also looking to do this quest. So if you go on the LFG sites, I'm sure you're going to find a good host of people that are trying to do the exact same thing as you. But if you don't want to play with randos, maybe you got a buddy or 2, then just go in with a buddy or 2. That's what I'm doing right now with me and my 2 friends. Again, we're just going in on normal. You don't have to do it on hard. I do have an entire walkthrough of the Vault of Glass explaining everything. If you want to watch those, if you're not familiar with the Vault of Glass at all, before you go and play with randos or going with a buddy or 2. I also have the 2-man that me and my friend did way back when. So if you and a buddy are going to try the 2-man, I will go and watch that video just so you kind of get an idea of what we're doing for each phase of the raid, though I don't explain anything in that 2-man video, so I would watch the entire walkthrough if you're going to watch anything if you're not familiar with the raid, because I explain everything. I explain the 2-man strategy if you and a buddy want to try this by yourselves, and I also explain the smaller team strategies and whatnot. If you have 3 people, dude, this thing's a piece of cake. It really is on normal. Just go in on normal, find 2 other people. You should be able to find 2 people to do this. The Vault of Glass is pretty much a joke now. Now, if you are going to be doing it with a buddy or with 2 people, one of you needs to be a Warlock. That is one. Well, you don't have to be a Warlock. There's a different way to kind of not have you get teleported with the Atheon final fight, but that way I personally think is a lot more difficult. You're going to have to jump off the map and jump back on the map and jump off the map and jump back on the map. But if you have a Warlock, they can just die like you saw my buddy. He just jumped over the end before we get teleported. And once me and a friend or just me by myself gets teleported, then they self-res. If you are a hunter and you're doing this in the 2-man, it's much easier because you can use Golden Gun. But with the light difference now, and if you're doing it on normal, you don't have to be a hunter to get through this. To do the inside part. You used to have, back in the day, if you were trying to 2-man, the hunter I don't think you could do the inside without a hunter. I could be wrong, I don't know. Whatever, I'm getting off topic, whatever. So I'm just fast forwarding here. This is our last little run before we kill Atheon. That's all you got to do. Hell, if you go on the LFG sites, dude, there might be somebody that has the checkpoint. You won't even have to go through the whole raid. Be quick and easy. So definitely go on those websites. You should be able to find people. And like I said, you only need 2 or 3 people. It's really not going to be that bad. So there we go. Atheon's dead. And all you got to do, same thing you did with the simulation core, is you got to dismantle it. So once you dismantle the Atheon, Lunchbox is going to call you back to the tower again. So you got to go back to her and you're going to get the next step. You're going to have to do this by yourself. You cannot do this with other people. You're going to the Twilight Gap, the PvP map, and you're looking for a chest. Chest is going to spawn on a random spot, and you're going to have these little light beams that are going to keep your screen from going dark. You need to run light beam to light beam to keep your screen from going dark. That's going to help you. So if you're a hunter, put on that Keen Scout because that's going to help you find the chest quicker. Like I said, the chest is going to be random. Spawn over by C flag, over by heavy. I think my friend got it over by C heavy. I'm going to get mine, I believe, underneath C flag. And I think I had a friend get his box over by B flag. So it's going to spawn randomly, but it's only going to be in a few spots. And you see here, as long as you can kind of follow the light, your screen's not going to go dark. You're going to be fine. And like I said, you got Keen Scout. I see it popped up on my map. And I'm looking for it, and there we go. It's near C flag, not directly underneath it, but that's it. Pretty quick and easy. if you die, it's just going to respawn you, and you just keep going over and over and over again until you get it. Then we're going back to Latchmeet. We're going to turn in this little band or whatever the hell this thing is. She's going to give you the last step in the quest, which is a little specialized mission in the Black Garden. Try and get buddies to do this. I think this would be really hard to do by yourself, so I would highly suggest getting people to do this. So you're going to have a little anger meter once you start killing ads. Now you need to get the anger meter up, keep chunking it up, and that way the boss is going to spawn. I'm not as sure what anger percentage he spawns at, but he'll spawn once you start doing damage on enemies, and you're going to need to keep the anger meter going up, their percentage, so you can do better damage on the boss. Minotaurs will start to spawn, and they will constantly keep spawning and spawning and spawning, so focus on the boss. If you have multiple people, you're going to be able to get this anger meter really, really high, and you're going to be able to do a lot of damage to the boss. But with more anger, at least it seemed like, comes more Minotaurs, and there are a friggin' grip of them, and they just constantly spawn. I'm going to get you a little glimpse right here of the boss. The boss will move around. He's not going to stay in the way, way, way back the entire time. And there he is, the groundskeeper. And you see, if you get up here, push up to the boss, because you can do a lot of damage on him when the anger's high. The anger's at 107%. And then you're going to die. You just are. So, like I said, try and bring some people with you. And he's going to get into a little spot, though there's going to be a group of Minotaurs. We had 150% anger at one point. You can just snipe across the way. That is a much better position he is in now to see him from way far away. These Minotaurs, man, they are unrelentless. I just kept dying. The hunter, man, I just get touched. I get nicked, and I'm just down. And it will spawn you a little ways away, which is kind of annoying. But like I said, just push up on the boss if you want. You could have one person kind of trying to corral the Minotaurs and have one person push up on, or two people push up on the boss. That's kind of what we were doing. And I was just kind of in the back with my shotgun, just kind of trying to winnow away the Minotaurs as little as I can. I would have a sword on if that's kind of what you're doing. And my recorder kind of crapped out here, but all you got to do is kill the boss. Once you kill the boss, you're done. You're going to go back to Latchmeet, and she's going to give you the no time to explain. So here it is. You will get it at 290. I bumped mine up to 293. Basically, it's the Stranger's Rifle. That's all it is, but it's an exotic with some different perks. Some of the perks are definitely good. It has full auto, just kind of the normal stuff in the left and the middle column, nothing too ridiculous. It doesn't have full stability or anything like that. But you get the Rewind Again perk, which is precision hits are immediately returned to the magazine, which is a very awesome perk and pretty sweet. You will see here, so any precision hits you get will return to the magazine. Get an example here. So there we go. I got 2 shots. So 2 of my shots were precision shots, so they went back into my magazine. Here's some more examples of that. You're getting +1, you're going to get +2. If you're shooting an ultra, there's +3. You know, it's going to build up. You're going to keep a lot of your ammo. You are going to have to reload, though. So it's not like bad juju in that if you get a kill, you get your you just unlimited ammo. As long as you get a kill before that, the 24 or however much it holds. I haven't used that gun in forever. But, you know, you get a kill, just reload your ammo, and you're just unlimited ammo. So it's not like bad juju in that fact. But if you can consistently get precision shots, it's going to be good for PvE because you're going to be able to hold on to a lot of your ammo. It's going to be good for bosses. I personally will not ever use this gun. I like getting all the guns and trying them out. I just think there's better exotics to use in a PvE situation. That's just my opinion, though. Like Zalo Supercell, Red Death, you got swords, you got rocket launchers, sniper rifles. I just think there's better guns to use. I think there's better exotic primaries to use. But that's just me. It doesn't mean it's a bad gun. It's a good gun, solid gun. I don't like the sights. I really don't. I wish it was more of a red dot sight. I get kind of distracted by the sight personally. And it's got some good range. You're not going to be sniping things across the map. Kind of, you know, I used to be able to just shoot Fatebringer, like clear across maps and kill enemies. Though if we're kind of still comparing Bad Juju and whatnot, Bad Juju is a much better option, I think, for medium level. This is better for longer level. It definitely has more range than Bad Juju. And it's a good gun. I liked it, but not enough to really ever want to use it. And I mainly wanted to get this gun just to check it out in PvP. That's what I wanted to do. Because I knew I wasn't going to really use it in PvE, I wanted to check it out in PvP. After playing with it in PvP for a little while, I don't think I'm ever going to really use it That's just me, though. I mean, I'm an average PvP player, so I'm sure in the hands of somebody that is good, this thing probably is a absolute monster. You're just going to lose out. It seems like I was losing out to things like Nerwin Mercy and Hacksaw. So that was kind of annoying. And it does have full auto on it, but it's not like it's super fast full auto. Now, it still does good. If you have good aim, you're still going to be able to do like, 2 burst kills if you have really good aim and you're getting consistent headshots. It's still really good in PvP, don't get me wrong. I just like Hacksaw better. I think Red Death's better. Nerwin's Mercy. That's just kind of player preference, though. I enjoy those guns better if you're going to go with a pulse rifle. I also think just the Stranger's Rifle, if you're running regular PvP, I think that's better than the No Time to Explain. Personally, I do. But it's still a solid gun. You can still melt enemies if you're aiming well. I'm just, I'm mediocre at PvP, so I didn't really think it was superior to any of the other pulse rifles that you can use. Like I said, Hacksaw and Red Death, Nerwin's Mercy. I personally think that those are better pulse rifles than the No Time to Explain within a PvP stance. PvE, good gun, good perks. Definitely go and get this gun. Hopefully this video was helpful and the guide was helpful, guys. Have a good one. See ya.